Going to hand it over to Dan.
All right, thank you. So if you'll announce for the record, please. All right, defense has informed me on this case he has no witnesses.
This is an important moment. When the state openly opposes an application like this, it signals they believe the defendant has already burned through prior chances. From here on, the defense is fighting uphill, not just legally, but credibility-wise.
Okay. All right, defense, any witnesses or is just argument?
Just argument, Your Honor.
All right, you may proceed.
Yes, ma'am. As I look at his history, he's got an issue, and all of it seems to circle around drugs. The court did the thing I think that's helping him the most, regardless of the sentence today, and that was he needed treatment. And he got treatment, and he went to lifetime. I think it was 45 days there. And, Your Honor, since that time, my understanding, the reason he was put back in jail was because he was having some issues with his bail bondsman. And the conclusion, and the only conclusion I can reach about him, it's an excellent one, and that is the fact that
Defense is leaning hard on rehabilitation here. They're basically telling the judge, yes, he messed up, but treatment worked. In court, that argument only survives if the judge believes the change is real, not temporary.
Sentence him at the lower end of the cap. And once again, this is because, from what I can tell, lifetime took. And I know he's got a lot more work to keep it working. He's going to have a day-in-day life where you fight drugs, and there's a program out for them. He needs to make a meeting every day for the next 90 days, regardless if he's in jail or out of jail. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Your Honor, we're asking that you deny the application since 8 years in prison. I think that the defendant's record is pretty clear that he had been given a chance previously for treatment, and not only does he keep possessing narcotics and controlled substances, but with felony convictions, he's also possessing firearms. And so, as part of the plea deal, we did.
This is huge. Waiving a habitual offender enhancement is not mercy, it's leverage. The state is saying, we could have gone harder, but we didn't. That puts serious pressure on the judge to consider public safety, not sympathy.
For a 2020 felon in possession. And so I think there are programs to address drug issues, but there's no program to address somebody that just is committed to possessing firearms. For that reason, we're application.
All right, thank you. Is there anything you wish to say?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Ronnie Richard Gonzalez.
All right. What would you like to say?
I'd like to say that lifetime recovery helped me a lot because I didn't know how to deal with none of my past issues. I was self-medicating, and with lifetime recovery, I learned how to cope. I learned how to ground myself and process the situation, and now I know how to cope with it. And
this is the emotional core of the hearing. You can hear sincerity, but courts don't sentence feelings, they sentence patterns. The question becomes, is this growth permanent, or just words spoken at the last possible moment? What do you think?
In 2025, there were those two charges that you're here for today, correct? Okay. And so you would agree with me that the facts and circumstances in both of the cases are kind of similar, correct?
yes,
And that you were operating a motor vehicle both times, is that correct?
yes, ma'am.
And then both times you were asleep at the wheel, is that correct?
Yes,
And that's how the police officers make contact with you, correct?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so in the 2024 case, you were also, well, I guess what was going on in your life that you were asleep at the wheel of a motor vehicle?
I was going on with family issues, and so I was self-medicating, and I was working as well. So I just didn't know how to cope with none of that stuff.
And when you say self-medicating, what were you using to do that?
I was using methamphetamines so I could still be able to work.
And then in the 2024 case, in that case, you were also in possession of a floodlight. Is that correct? The motor vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. And when did you complete lifetime recovery? Was that a part of your bond?
It was part of a pretrial. It's, and I don't remember the date I completed.
And was that inpatient or outpatient?
It was inpatient.
Okay. And do you recall how many days that was?
It was 45 days.
Okay. And then just regarding your history, and you do have a prior history of drugs and also possessing a firearm, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And
Just one question.
Mhm.
You understand for the rest of your life, especially for the first 2.5 years, you need to make a meeting every day, sometimes more than one day.
Yes, sir.
That's the only way you know you can make it.
Sir.
Thank you. Pass witness, Sean.
All right, I have a few questions. Any objection?
No.
Okay. So, gang affiliation, any?
No, ma'am.
All right, so you said you were going through things. What things were you going through that you continue to use?
I was going through my father had just passed recently, and so while he was sick, everybody was fighting over the property, and I was not. My brother does not let me stay there because I was self-medicating and stuff. But everyone's arguing over the property and stuff, and just
Which people do when there's no will.
yeah.
That's why everybody should have one.
Mhm. And so when my father passed, my brother ended up making a will and put everything in his name. And so I was in the streets, so I was just,
Well, that's sort of a crime, maybe. I don't know.
yeah.
Somebody just can't make up a will after somebody passes and sign off on it.
So like, I was
But it's been to happen.
just trying to survive, but I didn't know how to cope with none of that stuff before. I didn't know how to ground myself and process it and use my brain. So, but I learned a lot when I was in Lifetime.
What did you learn at Lifetime?
I learned how to slow down and process the situation, and instead of taking off to the races, no, I ground myself and find coping skills that's working out or the Bible and working, just staying busy and doing meetings and just speaking about my problems.
Mhm. Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
I have a 15-year-old, a 14-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 5-year-old.
And have you been in their life at all
Yes, ma'am.
while you've been using?
Unfortunately, it's
All right, any other questions?
Now the courtroom shifts from punishment to stakes. Kids, addiction, loss, and responsibility all collide here. Judges weigh this carefully because every decision now affects more than just the defendant.
So why can't I have a choice? And I'm like, because you're charged with murder, you know? So I'm going to give you a choice. Here is your choice. One, are you deserving a deferred adjudication? Absolutely not. But I will give you deferred adjudication. And what I can tell you about deferred adjudication, the state is asking that your punishment be capped at 8 years. If you are unsuccessful at deferred adjudication, you will be looking at the full range of punishment. That's 10 years, right? But I'm telling you, with deferred adjudication, you're going into inpatient treatment. You're either doing inpatient treatment or felony drug court. Felony drug court, they may or may not be able to accept you. We can see. But if felony drug court doesn't accept you, inpatient treatment. There's no coming back to me saying, Judge, it's taking too long for inpatient treatment, because that's where you would be going. Or this is your other option. I will find you guilty and I will sentence you to 5 years.
This is the ultimate fork in the road. Deferred adjudication with strict treatment or immediate prison time. It sounds like a choice, but really it's a test. Compliance means freedom. Failure means years behind bars. Would you take the risk?